All right, we are back here on Closed Doors. I'm your boy Pete alongside Taylor, and today we have Kelly K.
Hey, what up?
Behind Closed Doors, brought to you by Costa Brava Cocktails. You guys have heard us talk about them before. Costa Brava is a zero carb, zero sugar canned cocktail that's great for sipping all day long. I've drinking like 100 billion of these, and I can tell you this is a great fucking canned cocktail drink. Kelly, do you drink like White Claws or anything like that?
Fuck yeah, I drink White Claws.
What do you know about Costa Brava?
We'll get a shipment.
Yay!
This is real vodka, not the malt liquor like White Claw is, and it's way better tasting.
Okay, great. I would love to try it.
Fat. We'll send some over your way.
I love it. Hey, so cool.
Head over to CostaBravaCocktails.com. Use the code GroupChat10 for 10% off your order. Get it delivered right to your front door. They're even on Postmates. So if you're in LA, boom, you can get it there. Otherwise, go on to CostaBravaCocktails.com. GroupChat10 for 10% off. All right, let's get into behind closed doors. What's really cool is that I went into our followers and it was like we were wanting to bring on somebody cool. I found you in our followers. Turns out you listen to group chat. How did you first find group chat?
I think one of my friends posted like one of your stories on her story, and I just like interesting podcasts, so it just was kind of random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen to every episode, or are you just kind of like in and out?
Just in and out, like whenever I can. I'm not like a huge podcast listener, but I think you guys are interesting. So I was like, I like.
Who's your favorite out of D, Drama, and Anand? Do you have a favorite?
I can't do that. No favorites. No favorites. I don't have a favorite anything though. I like everybody.
Very political answer. Good job.
The one answer we wanted, we didn't get.
What did you want me to say? You?
We wanted to pick a favorite. Hey, if that's your choice.
I can't do it. I'm very like, I used to do like beauty pageants. I'm like very the right answer. Like, I love everybody.
Kind of going into who you are, Kelly. So one of your more famous incidents is the Superbowl incident, which is actually really funny, especially when you go look it up. Do you have any quick takes on that? Like, so she tried to go on and streak at Super Bowl 34.
At the most recent Super Bowl in Miami.
Yeah.
And Taylor was there, including Dee and Anand were both there. But none of them saw it. Was it pretty hidden for the most part? Because you were tackled almost immediately when you landed, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was tackled like almost immediately. I maybe like got a few steps in. It was at the end of the end zone. And of course, they're not going to televise something like that. I got in a lot of trouble. I was interrogated by the FBI and Homeland Security because it was a matter of terrorism, even though like I'm just, a tiny little girl that wanted to streak in a bathing suit. Yeah. It was really gnarly, but I jumped off a 10-foot wall and I'm 5 foot. So I had to like run and catapult myself off of this wall. So they probably saw me like flying over it. And it was a good time. It was honestly like, I kind of like blacked out. I was sober, but I like blacked out from nerves and was like so mad at myself when I didn't get on the field. And I had no idea that anybody saw at all. So the whole 24 hours that I was detained and in jail, I was like, I failed and like, nobody's going to come get me. But I got bailed out and I got out of jail and I made it back to the house and everybody was like, well, first I got out of jail and Daily Mail was right there. They're interviewing me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, you're famous. Like what are you going to do with all this fame? I was like, what are you talking? I had no idea. I was like, I didn't even know I had publicity. And he was like, oh yeah, you have publicity. And I went home and saw everything. And I was like, holy shit, this is dope.
Yeah. So I want to know what's the planning like? So how many months in advance was that planned? Like, do you buy a ticket strategically where you can like get there? Like, what was that ticket? Probably like $5,000, like
10.
All about the planning. $10,000 for that ticket.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a Vitaly prank, Vitaly streaks like all this stuff. And so him and I went to Egypt together and we kind of talked about it then. He was like, I want somebody to streak the Super Bowl, but I can't do it because he's trying not to get in trouble. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. So for that whole month, I planned from everything from looking at screenshots of like where I needed to sit, like where are the stairs at, where's the most available place for me to jump, where's the media people. I planned so intricately. Yep. And then we didn't even get the Super Bowl ticket until the day of because we bought it a few days prior, but whoever bought it was somehow linked to Vitaly and they canceled the ticket.
No way.
They were like, fuck no, like you're linked to Vitaly, you can't have it. So then we got somebody else to buy it, and then I got it a couple hours before. Unfortunately, I had been at like 11 all night partying, like doing things, lots of things. So I'm like fucked up. Like I'm like, fuck, should I take an Adderall? Like what do I do? I'm about to go straight to Super Bowl. But I mean, I made it in and I did what I could.
Wow. That's insane. And then like, were you nervous getting up to it? It sounds like you were hungover and like still partying from last night. So you weren't nervous at all, or were you freaking out?
Yeah, I was like internally freaking out. I didn't have my cell phone. Like I gave my phone to my friend Carnage before because he was at the Super Bowl, and I was like, you have to hold my phone. I can't run on the field with this. And so I'm just down there and I'm like scoping it out. And yeah, I was just so nervous, but I did it within the first 5 minutes of the game. And I kind of just, I was just like, I just have to do it. So I waited for what I thought was the perfect moment. I like stepped back a little bit and just ran and did it. But yeah, that feeling was the most nerves I've ever felt in my life. I think that's why I like blacked out. But it's kind of like a good metaphor for life. I think if you want something, you just got to fucking do it. Like you can't wait and think about it.
Awesome.
So one really big piece about that. So would you say that was kind of the liftoff into somewhat of fame and some of your following that you have now?
Some of it. I mean, I had like a couple 100,000 followers already. That was just kind of like a more like worldwide people kind of saw me type thing. I gained like 100,000 followers from it.
Like in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, like in a couple days.
Wow.
And I got verified on Instagram because I had like all of the articles written about me. So it definitely helped. I was known before because I have like an insane sneaker collection, and I've been like this hype beast girl doing like crazy stunts in front of Supreme and all of this stuff. Like I was also known for that, this like crazy photo. I'm like standing outside of Supreme in a bathing suit, like flipping everybody off. But yeah, it definitely helped boost my career, I guess, a little bit. It got me verified, and I'm glad I'm known for that. I think it's dope.
Yeah, awesome. I'm interested in your career path. So like, at what point do you realize like I'm actually going to be full-time social media? Like at what age did you start doing it? What age did you start making money on it and realize like it's something you could actually do and support yourself?
Yeah, so it was only like a few years ago, to be honest. I tore my ACL playing flag football in LA, like for fun, for fun. And I did bottle service before that, and I was like, holy shit, how am I going to make money? And within that year, I had the surgery, and then I had to have a surgery a year later. So I like could not return back to bottle service, and like everybody around me did social media. I lived at 1600 Vine, so I was like, if they can do it, I can do it.
1600 Vine, that's so funny.
You live there?
I wonder if we overlapped. I was there in the early days though, like when, like probably 2016.
I thought I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what? I just kind of studied it. I like watched some videos, and I like figured out you kind of have to have a niche, and I just like went for it. I started collabing with everybody I could. Every opportunity to collab with somebody, I did. I started a YouTube channel, and then I just started growing from there. And I think you can make as much money as early on as you want and as quickly as you want. It's just about how hard you grind. I mean, there's people that have millions of followers and they don't even make any money because they don't try and they don't know how, but I know influencers that have like 40,000 followers and they're making a bag, so it's just about how hard you work, how many emails you send, and what you can offer to people.
Yeah. For us, not as cool as you, what does a bag mean if you're making a bag?
Yeah, for the non-cool people.
What do you mean? If you're getting a bag, like
is that $1,000? Is that $10,000? Is that enough money to support you? What's a bag?
It's just, I mean, it can be whatever, money, different levels of money is different to people. $1,000 is a lot to some people. $1,000 isn't a lot to others. But
bag.
I would say a bag is 10,000 of what I've come to know.
Really?
And maybe that says something about me.
Ooh, you rich, Pete.
He's rich. I'm trying to get like that. I've been getting like that though. But then I recently started doing OnlyFans, and like I don't know if you guys like want to go.
Questions about that?
That's
a topic we want to dive into.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to go there or not.
Oh, we want to go there. We want to go past there.
When the big thing was that like New York Times and all these bigger publications really came out about OnlyFans and kind of what it's brought to the table now for people. And there's a huge business side to it. And that's kind of what we wanted to really close in on is like, so from your perspective, as a businesswoman, how did you look at OnlyFans?
So, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Like, this is the most crazy platform I've ever experienced. And I've been on like MySpace, Facebook, all of them. This is my favorite one, probably because I'm making the most money ever, but
right.
You have the opportunity to be your own business person. So I currently have just started my own LLC that my OnlyFans is registered under. I have an attorney. He's the best entertainment attorney, like helping me with my business and stuff. But when I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. And this was just a few months ago. And I didn't really know if I wanted to do it 100% because you're kind of like putting yourself out there for everybody to see. And everybody's going to know, oh, you do OnlyFans. Even though it might not be bad or it might not be like porn, but people still just like have thoughts and they talk. And I just wasn't sure if I was ready to like take that full step. And one of my girlfriends is from London and we met up in LA and she told me she's making $40,000 a month. And I was like, tell me how. And she told me, and from that moment on, I was like, you know what? I just have to do that. So two girls I talked to that kind of paved the way of how I should do things. And now I will be making $40,000 a month. This month. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. In like two to 3 months of me grinding really hard and putting myself out there and just being like, fuck it. If people think I'm whatever they want to think, I don't care because I'm about to be
so
like
much money. Fuck everyone else. Who gives a shit?
Literally, these people aren't paying my bills. They're not gonna buy me a G-Wagon. Like,
Yeah,
I gotta do it myself.
Gotta get your bag.
Gotta get my bag. And I've never been the type to like have a guy pay for anything. Like my whole life, since I was 14 years old, I've worked so hard. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just like do this and get a bag. And then what you can do from all the money you make, you can invest it to other things so you don't have to do it forever. If you're smart, you will get like, you know, a financial advisor once you start making a lot of money, or just have people help you with the business side of it because it's a profitable business, and then you can invest it and turn it into something else. Like I'm going to start a juice company. I'm going to start a magazine. Like I'm already investing my money into other things. So it's a really, really great outlet to just start a business.
That's awesome. I think you're thinking about it the right way, and I'm extremely impressed. That's awesome.
Thanks.
So where does that $40,000 of revenue, that comes from like people buying subscriptions, correct?
Subscriptions, and then you can send out to the messages. You can send out videos and pictures to messages. So mine are about equal. My statistics, I get about half of my money from subscriptions every month and then half of my money from sent messages. So I send out messages and it can be anywhere from $3 to like $50, and those people pay. But I send those messages every single day. So that's every single day of opportunity of people buying them, you know?
That would be like a personalized message like, hey, Pete, how you doing? I checked out your Instagram.
No, it's a mass message. I have 2,000 subscribers right now, and you send it's one message, mass message to all 2,000 subscribers. And they can decide if they want to buy it or not. And that's why I really applaud OnlyFans' software, because I've never seen anything like that before. And I did Patreon before, and their software was literally like kindergarten compared to what OnlyFans does. So I really applaud whoever started that shit, because they're winning.
And how much does it cost to be a subscriber of your OnlyFans?
So my original price is $12, but I run specials all the time. So I'll do like half off or $3 or just whatever I feel like.
Wow. So that seems pretty inexpensive. Pete, we got to sign you up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can afford $3.
Yeah. And it's fun. My thing is like, it's my creative outlet. I'm a very creative person, and that's why I've done well on social media. Yes, I have done viral things, but I feel like people watch me because of my creativity, and I get to channel that into my OnlyFans, where it's not just like, hey, here's my titties, like, you know, because every girl can be like, hey, here's my titties. So I just try to find ways to make it like really fun and very like, almost like you're my virtual boyfriend and you hang out with me, and like POV kind of stuff, but just like so much fun. Like, and I have like a board of ideas that I come up with, and I like collab with other girls. So it's a lot more than just like girls selling nudes on the internet.
Yeah. So I think that's the popular misconception is it's OnlyFans is like pretty much, you just pretty much pay to see the girl naked, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying it's more than that. You're actually like making like more creative. Like how long are these messages? Are they a couple minutes? Are they 20 seconds? Is like a skit type stuff? Or is it just you talking to a camera?
Yeah, so they're all different, and that's what's great. You know, I think there are a lot of girls that are just like, hey, here's me and my dildo. Or like, hey, here's me naked in the shower. Like, I know there's a lot of that. But for me, okay, so yesterday, me and my best friend, we filmed a like naughty Q&A. So I asked all my Instagram followers, like, ask us some naughty questions. And I filmed it YouTube style because I make YouTube videos as well. So it's a 20-minute video of her and I drinking Tito's, getting drunk in lingerie, answering these questions, you know? So there's stuff like that. But then there's also one, like I made a freaking root beer float on my body one day in the bathtub. And so like the videos range from like a minute to 20 minutes. It just depends, but it's just, it allows me to be creative and have fun. And I think that's why people like to see it, honestly.
That's awesome. But then you'll send that video out to your 2,000 subscribers and some of them will just opt in to buy it or not. More or less.
Yeah.
That's like a genius. That's
so fucking genius.
Yeah.
So it's like every single day people are subscribing to me. And then every day I have an opportunity to make money from sending out a message.
Right.
So, you know.
And are you worried about people like screen grabbing or screen recording the videos and redistributing them other places or anything?
I do, and I have a internet scrubber, and I pay him monthly to take the stuff down from like Reddit and all that. I have a friend, she's very successful on OnlyFans, and she's like, I don't care because like I'm gonna have to pay this guy X amount per month for the rest of my life if I don't want my nudes out there. But for me, it's more like I don't want people to see it because they didn't pay for it.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know, like that's how like people are gonna see me naked anyways, but like if you didn't pay for it, I don't want you to see it, and that's why I pay for the scrubber.
Yep. And are you worried with just some of this content out there in the future? I think a lot of girls are kind of scared to get into OnlyFans. They're like, what if I want to apply to a job later? Or what if my future husband sees it or doesn't want, or my future kids or whatever? Are you worried about having that type of nudity out there? Or are you just like, fuck it, let's go with it?
You know, that's why I didn't do it for the longest time. And like, I had an OnlyFans for a couple months and I wasn't like all the way in because I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to get a boyfriend, or like, I'm never going to have a husband. Future jobs, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not worried about that. But the love aspect of like finding somebody who's accepting me for what I've done. And then I've just realized like guys suck anyways. I'm like totally against guys. And if a guy can't be confident enough and be like, okay, because look at Playboy bunnies, you know, it's exactly what Playboy models used to do. Look at Victoria's Secret models. Look at Emma Ratajkowski, or however you say her name. Like, you know, she was naked in a Robin Thicke video, and she's married and
Kim Kardashian,
gorgeous.
most famous porn star.
Kim Kardashian, literally. So I'm just like, you know, it is a terrifying feeling because every woman just wants to be loved. That's our innate thing, is we don't want to feel like we've done something wrong to where we're not going to be loved by a guy. But we're in a time right now where it's like, as a woman, you have the ability to be so strong that you don't need a man. And then when I think it allows space for the right time. You don't anyway. So like, I've already been in love. I dated a guy for 6 years before all of this. And honestly, it left me with nothing except like problems, you know? So now I'm just like, I'm going to get my bag. I'm going to buy a house in Tennessee. I'm going to, you know, have 2 or 3 businesses. I'm going to take care of my brother and sister. And if some guy comes along, great. If not, then like, it's okay. And I think that that's the message for women, is like, do what you want to do so that you're successful. Because at the end of the day, it's like only you know, a guy could leave you no matter what. What if these girls don't do OnlyFans and then they're with a guy and then they break up with him and they're like, holy shit, I should have jumped on the train, you know?
Right.
Makes sense. And I applaud you for being so financially independent and going after it and building your own empire. I think a lot of them are going to build their empire. So props.
Yeah. Well, I've like been homeless before. Like when I was 18 and 19, I was literally homeless. I had nowhere to live. I lived out of like my friends' like trunks, like, and I was like hopping into houses trying to hide. And then last summer I was so broke. I weighed like 97 pounds because I couldn't eat. I couldn't pay my rent. Literally last summer. Now I weigh 130 pounds. I have X amount in my bank account, you know, like I've just been at the lowest of the low. And so I'm like, I will never get to that point, and I'll never let anybody, a man, my family, anybody stop me from like being something other than that, you know?
Yeah. So when you go from being dead broke to making 40 grand a month, what kind of shit are you buying? Like, what's your first purchases?
So much shit on Amazon. And literally anything I want on Amazon. Honestly, I buy a lot of stuff for OnlyFans. I buy lingerie. I buy like wigs. I buy, you know, just like fun, playful stuff.
Yeah.
I bought like these like bump and run things. It's like those balls you get in and you can like run at each other.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
like
fun.
do that. I'm gonna like do that naked with another girl. So
Nice.
I invest a lot of money into my OnlyFans. Other than that, I'm starting a digital magazine. And so a lot of my money that I've made, I've been saving up to invest in that because it costs a lot to start something like that. But yeah, the digital magazine will be launching next month and then every month from there on out. So I immediately put the revenue that I've made into a business. I haven't bought anything for myself.
And that's kind of your first venture, like post OnlyFans, then, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. But it's going to be like a Playboy magazine. It's going to be a subscription-based site. It's going to be implied nude, topless, but like the craziest, like creative little like scenes you can think of. But yeah, that's all I've done. I haven't bought a car. I haven't bought clothes. Like I'm just like, I've made this much money and I don't want to lose it. And I just want to invest it into something that's going to continuously make me money.
Smart.
That's a really smart approach.
Yeah. I've kind of learned just like growing up in LA, I've watched like artists and rappers, like they get all this money and then they spend it all on like jewelry and cars and then they're fucking broke. And I'm like, you're a fucking loser. Like that's your fault, you know? So I've just been in the industry for so long. I know what not to do, you know?
And then you mentioned going back and getting a house in Tennessee. So we have this discussion all the time. We talk about living in LA versus living somewhere else and how you can get like a way bigger house and have a better lifestyle. Do you want to end up in Tennessee? You don't want to be in LA too long?
No, I want to be back and forth. I want to build like a compound in Tennessee to have like a home base. I'm going to have like, me and my best friend are going to have a house and then we're going to build a house off of that and have like a health and wellness center. I'm like really spiritual into yoga, and East Tennessee, we're like from the sticks. We're literally from the country. There's one gas station in the town where we're going to build this house, but I'm going to like turn that into a health and wellness retreat center as well. So I can have that business, have my home whenever I go home for my birthday or Christmas to like stay in, and then have a place in LA too.
I mean, you would literally be the queen of Tennessee if that's where you were to move, making $40,000 a month off something that's completely online.
Yeah, I'm like kind of already the queen of Tennessee, but yeah. I'm actually going there next month to film for the July issue of my magazine. I can just tell you a little secret. It's going to be tits and guns. A lot of tits and a lot of guns.
Sounds like
that sounds like what America loves.
Yeah.
Literally. For 4th of July, it's going to be sick.
That sounds awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's a day in quarantine? What time do you wake up? How much time are you working? Are you working mostly on OnlyFans? Walk me through your day.
Okay. A day in quarantine. I wake up honestly whenever minus the last couple weeks because it was my friend's birthday and we kind of partied really hard. I was up at like 8 a.m. Normally I wake up like 8 a.m. and I'm working until I go to sleep. Literally, I get on my phone and I do every single social media platform. I do Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and then I do OnlyFans. And I'll be posting content from the day prior or I'll be making new content. And then normally like around noon, I'll like work out, do some yoga, eat, and then I'm like right back to making content. Whether I'm here at my house or I'm like going to my friend's house, who's also been in quarantine, just so like we can collab together.
Yep.
And then at night, I watch Netflix and I go to sleep.
What's your Netflix show that you've been watching?
Oh my God, I just finished Outer Banks and it's the best show I've ever seen.
About that.
Have you seen it?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my God, it's literally the best.
I watched like a couple episodes. It wasn't my thing.
What?
Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know.
Oh my God, maybe my sister, she's 17. She was like, you have to watch it. And so like we watched it on FaceTime together. But yeah, maybe it's like tailored to like the younger generation, but it's so good. But I love that. I love Ozark. I just finished watching Hangar 1. It's this like 4-part series on aliens documentary. I just finished that. Fucking sick.
What's the conclusion?
Watch that
Are
one.
aliens are aliens real or not? What's the conclusion?
Absolutely, they're real.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
No doubt. It would be ignorant to think that we are the only species in the universe and in multiple universe. You know?
Got a point.
And like, I mean, they came out, the Pentagon like released those UFO like videos or whatever, but if you watch Hangar 1, it's all real life evidence that they're real. dating back to like Ronald Reagan times.
Have you looked back into the Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
The whole Bob Lazar thing?
Yes, I've watched all of that.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy. If they're like wherever they are, I'm like, please come. Like I will go with you. Like I would love to be abducted by aliens. I think they're sick.
That's awesome.
What else? Oh, and I started watching Waco. Have you watched that?
No, I've heard about that as well.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Cool. So seems like a lot of work, a lot of Netflix, a lot of social media. One of them you mentioned Snapchat. That just got the question in my head. How many dick pics do you receive a day across all social media platforms?
Honestly, not a lot.
Really? Because I thought people that have OnlyFans and are active on Snapchat, like I've heard horror stories just getting like every single snap is a dick pic.
Well, my like personal Snapchat, like the one that my friends are on, it's private. So it's only my friends. Everybody can see it, but nobody can send me stuff that's not my friends. And then I have a private Snapchat where I post, they pay to like be on that Snapchat where I post stuff, but I never open their messages because I'd probably see dick pics. But people like really think that there's so many dick pics going around, but like I really never experienced them. But I'm also not out there like opening messages from randoms, you know?
Yep. So let's see what else. Instagram, if a guy wanted to shoot a shot in your DMs, what's probably the most effective thing for him to say to get it into your DMs to get your attention? Or is there no chance?
There's just no chance. Not because like, it's just, there's nothing good that's going to come from social media. I'm very like old school. Like I'll be 28 next month. So I grew up without the internet and I actually like enjoy human interaction and connection. And I think social media causes a lot of problems in relationships, and I don't want to start a relationship where it's going to like burn, you know? I just feel like it's just not a real thing. Like to me, social media is not real. You can be whoever you want to be on there. And if you're sliding in my DM, you're sliding in hundreds of girls' DMs. And I just like, I don't fuck with that.
What if they have a business opportunity?
Business opportunity, then put the money bag in my messages and I'll definitely open it. It's so funny. Even guys that have my number, they'll, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. I won't answer it. They're like, send me money bags. I'm like, what's up? Immediately, what's up?
All about the
Tell me. Talk to me.
How did you get through to this conversation, Pete? Did you DM her?
Yeah, she followed the page. So
they made it through.
I followed them first, though. I followed you guys first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I was like, I wasn't even shooting my shot. I was just, you guys like are interesting. So.
Right.
Thank you. Let's see what other questions. Your 5-year plan. So 5 years from now, what are you doing?
5-year plan. I am running my health and wellness center in Tennessee. I am directing my magazine. And I mean, I don't even know, maybe have a baby, you know, like maybe have a baby, but I don't really care either way, but just to be as successful as possible. Definitely those 2 business ventures. That's my number one. Those are my babies. Those are the loves of my life. So those come first.
Yep. And you said maybe have a baby in 5 years. Do you want to have a family and kids? Is that a goal in life?
It used to be, but it's not so much anymore. I just think the world is like really weird right now and it's a really cruel place. And I've had a lot of unfortunate things happen to me and people that I know. And I just like don't know if I could raise a kid and be comfortable, you know? Like I had a puppy and like the puppy, like it hurt my heart if like something happened to it, you know, or if I left it by myself. So I can only imagine a kid. Like my heart is so big, I just don't even know if I could handle that. And the world just, we don't know what's gonna happen, you know? There's fucking aliens, there's fucking crazy presidents. There's just, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What are your thoughts on opening up the stores and everything with Corona? Do you think it's time to start opening stuff up, or do you think we should still be quarantined a lot longer?
Honestly, like the way I live my life was kind of quarantined anyway. The day that I explained to you is what I did before. So to me, I don't really think too much about it. And the coronavirus thing, like, I don't really know what to think about it either, because it's weird. It's like, how are you going to open everything back up for us to go outside when you just made us be inside for 2 months? And you're just like, okay, go outside. And I've heard that it's going to come back in the fall and it'll be a second and this is like kind of selfish, it's hard for me to relate to the people who are suffering because I'm thriving.
I think
you know?
we all agree as being like, we all have e-commerce stores and we're all young and we're all just like, life's pretty good. Like our business is going well and life is good. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah. And I feel really bad because it's like, I don't know, you know, like, and I would do anything I can to help people, but like, I don't know, like, is it better for us to open up so that people can have their businesses? Do you think lives would be at risk? Like, I don't know. I do have a feeling that if the coronavirus is real, that I think at one point everybody will get it, whether you have it asymptomatically or not.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, you have really good responses to all these questions.
Really? Hey.
Are you trying to do anything big the second that we kind of get the okay to get out of quarantine?
Yeah,
Absolutely not. I'm staying inside. I'm not going outside. Okay, so Tennessee opened back up, and my ex in Tennessee posted on his Snapchat story. They all went out to the bar. His friend is like puking, and then literally 3 hours later, my ex busts a beer bottle on his head because his friend wouldn't say I love you back. And I'm like, one, this is some Tennessee shit. Two, this is how people are going to act when they come out of quarantine. They're not going to know how to act. And I don't want to be around any of that.
That's why that's your ex, right?
That's my ex. Like, literally blood gushing. And I was like, you're so stupid. Like, what is wrong with you? But it's just, that's how people are going to act. People are just going to like lose it. And it's kind of scary, honestly.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm going to agree.
It's a weird time. Definitely a weird time.
Yeah, there's not really anything that I miss so much that I need to like go do anyways. Like I order everything online. Like I've been doing that, you know, it's way easier than going out anywhere.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Pete, do we have anything else or is that a wrap?
No, I think that's great. I think we asked everything we wanted.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, you're really fucking smart. Like, you got your shit together.
Hey, it's because I'm an alien.
Why? Is that the secret?
I think that's the secret. I swear. I don't know.
Could be.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. I had so much fun. Anytime.